We're going to begin with President Trump's sudden about-face on global tariffs. After nearly a week of wild trading on Wall Street, the markets rebounded yesterday when the president announced he's reversing course for now. Trump's decision came after a lot of criticism from some very influential business leaders, but his trade war is far from over. He increased the tariffs on China to 125%, which could mean higher prices on items like your clothing and your electronics. Weijia Zhang is at the White House to sort it all out. Weijia, it was quite a roller coaster yesterday. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Gayle. Good morning, everyone. And you know what, Gayle? We are still on the ride. President Trump says he warned countries not to retaliate against U.S. tariffs, and China did multiple times. So now, while most countries are seeing their tariffs cut to 10%, Beijing faces even steeper consequences.
Less than 24 hours after punishing tariffs went into effect for most of the world, here's how President Trump explained why he dialed them back for at least 90 days.
People were jumping a little bit out of line. They were getting yippy, you know? They were getting a little bit yippy, a little bit afraid.
One day earlier, the White House insisted Trump wasn't going to press pause on the tariffs.
He said he's not considering an extension or a delay.
Now, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent says it was always part of the plan.
This was driven by the president's strategy. He and I had a long talk on Sunday, and this was his strategy all along.
U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer was being grilled by Democrats on Capitol Hill when the change unfolded.
When were you made aware of that?
Well, I understood the decision was made a few minutes ago.
It looks like your boss just pulled the rug out from under you and paused the tariffs.
At the White House, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick defended the decision.
What changed in the last 48 hours, if it wasn't the market?
Well, remember, people calling and saying, I'd like to talk, but offering the same old was not going to move the needle. They started calling, making offers that were the right kind of offers.
Trump stopped short of saying spiraling markets played a role in the reversal, but he acknowledged they are linked to his decision-making.
Bond market right now is beautiful. But yeah, I saw last night where people were getting a little queasy.
For American farmers, that queasiness has not settled because China is one of their biggest customers, especially for soybeans.
That trade relationship with China was built over decades and decades.
Will Hutchinson, a fourth-generation Tennessee farmer, says he is very concerned.
This is going to have an immediate and drastic impact to our ability to compete on the global marketplace for our goods that we produce here in this country.
Secretary Lutnick says he's not engaging with Chinese officials, and neither is any other senior aide, because Trump wants to negotiate directly with Chinese President Xi Jinping. Even amid the trade tensions, the president says Xi is one of the smartest people in the world, and he thinks they'll end up making a very good deal. Vlad.
All right, Weijia, thank you very much.